Hey guys, how you doing? It's Harry here again, and today I thought I'd talk about car boot sales and selling at car boot sales. As some of you may know, I go to the car boot sales all the time to buy stuff to resell online for a bit of a profit, but I never really talk about the selling side at a car boot sale. So I thought today I'd just give a few tips and tricks and just some stuff to make it a little bit easier for people who want to go to a car boot sale to sell stuff, and just tell them best way to do it really. So where to start? I should have already wrote a list about this. Uh, let's see. So car boot sales generally take place on a Sunday morning, sometimes a Saturday morning, sometimes a day in the week, depending where you are. Look up online to see where the best place is to go, what's the most popular car boot sale in your area. That'd be one tip. You want to get there early-ish really to make sure you can get a space. A lot of times I've been to car boot sales to sell. I've got there a bit late and they said, no, we're not letting any more in now, we're full. So you want to make sure you want to get there early. That's probably tip number one. Tip number two, if you're going to sell at a car boot sale, you're going to want some change. Everything's practically done by cash now. Well, it has been, always will be probably for car boot sales. Everything's done in cash. So you don't want to go with just a few notes in your pocket if you're selling stuff for a few quid each, because a lot of time you're going to get people buying stuff for £1 and giving you either like a £5 or £10 note, and you've got to make change up. So I'd say you want to take at least a tenner's worth of pound coins, £2 coins, a couple of 50p's, something like that, because you are going to need change, and it just makes it a lot easier. Also, if you're selling something for £1 and someone gives you a £20 note, just politely say no, or come back later when you've got some change, I'll keep hold of it. And basically that'll help out, because well, you don't want to give all your change out first thing for something like that. So that can be a little bit annoying. But yeah, that's one good tip I'd give you. Another tip, a lot of people don't do this, but I think it's quite a good way of doing it, and that's pricing your items. Basically, a lot of people at the car boot sales, they will just look at the items, and if it's not priced, they'll be hesitant to ask the price because they're worried it's too expensive. That's a lot of younger people anyway, I've noticed. So if you price your items, or what I do, if I've got a bunch of stuff, quite cheap and I want to sell it for £1 or 50p, chuck it all in the box, put £1 an item or 50p an item on the box. And yeah, it's just easy as that really. But yeah, I'd probably say if you've got more expensive items, they're probably not going to sell that well at a car boot sale. A lot of people don't take much money with them. Some people only take like 10, 20 quid. A few people who are serious, resellers will take a few hundred quid with them, because, that's how they make decent money. That's, some of them do it for a living. But yeah, a lot of times if you're selling something for a few hundred quid, you're probably not going to sell it at a car boot sale. And truth be told, I'd probably say don't bother and just stick it on something like Facebook Marketplace or Gumtree, eBay, anything like that. You've got a better chance of selling it on there than selling it at a car boot sale. But yeah, those are a couple of tips. Now, if you're trying to just get rid of stuff, price it cheap and it will disappear. If you're trying to make a little bit of money selling at a car boot sale, price it cheaper than what you see online. Because basically, if you're pricing it for what it is online, why would they buy it off you when they can get it online off probably a guaranteed seller who might even give them a refund if they're unhappy with the item? So yeah, I'd suggest that. If you've got any, let's say, electronics, charge your electronics up before you go to the car boot sale and show they work, because it helps sell them. If somebody buys something and it's not charged up, they're going to think, oh, it's probably broken, I'm not going to pay that kind of money for it. So yeah, that'd probably be another tip of mine. If you are going to a car boot sale to make a bit of money, I would suggest as well taking a bit of packed lunch. Worst thing you can do is go there and spend the money you've made, at the burger van, because a lot of them at the car boot sales, they do charge quite a bit of money, like a tea or a coffee, talking like 3 or 4 quid at some I've seen. So it's an absolute rip-off for something like that. So take at least a little thermos flask, a sandwich. You're going to save yourself some money if you are actually going there to make money. If you're just getting rid of stuff, crack on, get something from the burger van. But yeah, if you're trying to make a bit of money, I suggest taking a packed lunch. What else should we say? When you start setting up, a lot of people will go, when you're getting stuff out your boot, they will go in, look in your boot, go through the stuff in your boot, and that can be really annoying. So you want to really have a paste table, a wallpaper table, or just anything to put your stuff on. And what I also do, I take like a tarpaulin, especially if I'm selling on, say, like a grassy field and it's been a bit wet the night before. It keeps your stuff dry, and it also creates a bit of a barrier between the sellers and the back of your car, because it's a nightmare when they just go rummaging through. And sadly, yeah, we go on to something else now at car boot sales, and it's thieves. A lot of people steal at the car boot sales because they can walk by, put something in their pocket, and run off, and that is really annoying, basically. So another tip I'd say, if you do have some higher end stuff and you are looking to make a bit of money, I'd suggest having 2 people on a stall, just because obviously if you need to go to the bathroom, anything like that, you've got someone constantly watching the stall. You can always ask the person next to you to keep an eye on it, but a lot of time they'll just look over every now and then to make sure it's okay. But yeah, if you're worried about people stealing from your stall, I'd definitely say have 2 people on it, because then you've always got at least one person watching what's going on. So yeah, I'd highly recommend that. If you are, doing it full time, you can get the glass cases and stuff like that to put the more expensive stuff in, which is a smarter idea. But yeah, if you're just going to sell the stuff in the attic, stuff like that, I'd just say take 2 people. But yeah, those are some tips. Anything else I can think of? Getting there early. Yeah, I think that's most of the tips done. I can't think of anything else to hand. So yeah, just take a lot of change with you so you can make change. You will have to pay when you go in, and that's usually cash in hand as well. And I think it varies between like £7 to £12. It's also, if you're selling from a car, it's a lot cheaper. Say if you're selling from a van, obviously you can fit a lot more in the van. So yeah, you're going to pay more to sell from a van than you are a car. So you can bear that in mind as well. You can, a lot of car boot sales as well, pay for another pitch. So normally at a car boot sale, you get a pitch the size of your car, from boot to the front of the bonnet, and that's the sort of stuff, that's where you basically sell from. But you can buy another pitch, another car's width, if you are selling a lot of bigger stuff. A lot of people who have the vans and then, do house clearance, they normally buy another pitch as well, just so they can fit everything out, spread it out, and make it look, presentable and sellable. You do want to make your stuff look sellable and presentable, but at the same time, people like rummaging through a box looking for a bargain. People are there for treasure hunting. They like that kind of thing, really. Well, I do, especially. But yeah, those are some tips. I can't think of anything else. If you can think of any other good tips, drop them in the comments. People will probably be interested to know. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. If you like buying and selling car boot sales, I go all the time. I do a video pretty much 9 every week, as long as the car boot sale is good and I've managed to find something, what I bought it for, how much I sell it for. And yeah, this can be interesting. Sometimes I can make a decent bit of profit, sometimes I make a little bit of profit, and on the odd occasion I lose a bit of money, but we don't talk about that. But yeah, thanks for watching this video, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video if it's helped you, and hopefully I'll see you in a future video. Bye for now.